Wine4Lovers is live on Sunday night.
Live and direct from
Are you on the video camera?
Oh, live and direct from the 41510.
Yes. It was a glorious yet sad day in the Wine4Lovers household, wasn't it, baby?
Yes, it was.
Let's get it out of the way first before we talk about our topic for the night.
Go ahead.
See, I bleed orange and he bleeds gray.
Silver and blue. Tony No showed up instead of Tony Romo.
Now, okay, so let's first just go there because it was one of the highest scoring games ever in the history of football.
Whatever, man.
Football.
Whatever.
But my undefeated Broncos.
Whatever.
Baby, you need to give me love.
Love.
Be a good sportsman.
What does that mean?
So we both became fans of our football teams like in the 70s. Earl can tell you when he became a fan of the Cowboys, and I can tell you when I became a fan of the Broncos.
I was robbed.
No, you weren't.
I was robbed.
The game was theirs. I'll admit that. The game was theirs, and they gave it to us.
Tony No showed up.
Less than 2 minutes ago on the clock, he threw an interception and gave the game to us.
Shit, he would have been better off throwing a pick six. Jeez, man.
Gave it to us. Yeah, because then he would have had time to try to drive back and tie it up. Okay, so we drinking some bubbles. We drinking some really kind of funny bubbles, which is interesting, but we'll explain that. But we do have a subject for tonight.
Yes, we do.
Okay, baby, what is it? Because yesterday we were in Sonoma wine country having a really great time and buying a lot of wine.
And the subject is wine buyers versus wine drinkers. And when I say drink, I'm not just saying somebody that drinks wine
at home. At home.
Yeah, we're talking about
we ain't talking about those at-home drinkers that go get their wine at Safeway and then go home and drink it, or the Rite Aid, or wherever you get your wine in the city you live in.
We are talking about those that go to wine country.
Yes. Go to a tasting room.
And they're not tasting, because when you're tasting, you're looking to make a purchase.
Did you hear that?
Okay.
Tasting means you're going to purchase.
It's like going and trying on a pair of pants.
Yeah.
You're looking to buy some pants. You're not just trying them on.
Who goes to try on pants and they ain't going to buy pants? Yeah. I mean, if they don't fit, sure, you're not going to buy them, but you're probably going to go to another store and look for pants that fit because you're trying to buy pants.
Yes.
When you go to wine country, you go to wine country to buy wine.
Yes. Now, a lot of people going up to wine country, tasting a lot of wine. A lot of wine. A whole bunch. A lot of wine.
And your point is?
And they coming out of there with one bottle. 50.
If that.
Wait, 20 people in the party.
Wait a minute. We
coming out with 5 bottles.
We saw these 3 chicks from Colorado yesterday come up in there and they start pouring them the wine and then they're like, we only like Moscato.
You at the wrong place. We ain't doing that much Moscato.
Okay, so here's the flip side of this. So if you're going to go to wine country and taste, you're there because you want to buy, and we get it. You might go to a winery where you don't like the wines and therefore you wouldn't buy. We get that. We've been there. But the flip side is of this, and I'm going to go there because we are wine buyers. And we were at a place yesterday where the first person who was helping us assumed we weren't buyers and was dumbing it down, number one, and trying to put us in a box in terms of what she was going to pour for us. So it kind of sucked. And then we moved off campus to somebody else who we knew before who had poured for us, who understands how to read a buyer from a drinker.
Yes.
In the tasting room. And we bought $600 worth of wine.
And did.
That is not true.
I was tied up in the... She had me hog-tied in the back of the car.
Right. Can you imagine me hog-tying Earl to the back of the car?
I was hog-tied up in the back.
Visualize, Doug White, do you watch our videos? Visualize me hog-tying Earl to the back of the car.
She just let me loose this morning at 10 o'clock.
Stop it. Stop.
It's a monster.
Stop it.
Monster.
But the first person had stereotyped us as a non-buyer, just a drinker. And that's the flip side of this, is that the people that are working in the tasting room have to be able to know how to read people. So what are we drinking tonight?
Well, even on top of that, the people that are wine tasting need to be able to read the person that's pouring for them and insist that they get what they want. Because honestly, if we would have stayed with the first lady, we would have
one or two bottles.
Yeah, one or two bottles and been. We wouldn't even been late for our next
which we were late for an appointment.
Yes.
Yeah, we had to call and say we were running late because of the second girl, not the first girl.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you, Jen. Jen
she did her thing.
Rocks. So, yeah, totally true. And we might have bought one or two bottles of wine, you know, and not because it wasn't good. There were wines we liked, but the experience wasn't created where we wanted to buy more than one or two.
It was a little stale.
And then we went to Jen, and Jen brought it on, and we bought over a case of wine.
Yes. So
what are you pouring today, baby?
I'm pouring the Governor's Cuvée from Stanford.
And what's interesting about the Governor's Cuvée from Stanford for you, babe?
Well, Woodbridge, California is synonymous with a mass production of sparkling wines.
So this is produced by Woodbridge. Let's see if I get that in there.
AKA faux champagne, probably to the nth degree.
See it? Okay.
So if you've ever been up to Amador County, they're made...
Hell, I'm going to even guess Paso.
Yeah.
Many of those places you go, if they have bubbles that they serve first, hell, even Livermore.
Yeah.
Even in Livermore, a lot of the wineries that have bubbles first, they're produced by Woodbridge.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's mass-produced, sparkling...
with a label on it to match your brand.
So think of it as...
cheap bubbles.
Yeah, cheap. Cheap.
So...
cheap!
So, we got some cheap bubbles tonight. This is like cold duck cheap bubbles, right?
Cold Disnuck. For those that remember that. You young folks might not remember that. Whoa.
Oh, I thought it was going to go.
And they don't even have a dimple on the bottom.
Oh, no dimple?
No dimple.
Damn, no dimple. Can't even pour from the butt. So, yeah, so nothing special tonight other than we have a celebration. Broncos are undefeated. Yeah.
Whatever.
Broncos are undefeated.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Go see the Tooth Fairy.
What do you mean go see the Tooth Fairy?
We get Mr. Wizard or somebody. Because that was, man, we had that game won, man. So,
wait a minute. To quote Earl Butler, a W is a W.
For sure.
Okay, thank you.
For shizzle. So, give a couple shots out to the crew at Naked Wines Sonoma.
Naked Wines.
Yes.
Kirsten.
Megan.
Maggie. Andrea. Cheers. We love you guys. And to Jen and Imagery, who rocks.
Yes.
Love us some Jen and Imagery. So tell me, honey, how do you feel about the Woodbridge Cuvée?
I mean, it's alright. I mean, especially if you like a brew that's got a little residual sugar on it.
Yeah, it's not super dry.
This is something that, I mean, it's a
Kinda
nice night
peachy.
tonight. Yeah. But it has a little residual sugar on it, so, a little sweetness. Especially after drinking the Tool Fuck Art earlier.
Did you just say that out loud?
Yeah. We drank the Tool Fuck Art beer. That's right. Great beer. Oh.
Yeah, we also had some great white wine already.
Yes, we did.
But Cool J didn't show up tonight.
Ladies love Cool J.
Ladies love Earl.
Ladies love Cool
Ladies
J.
love Earl.
Nah.
Ladies, if you love Earl, would you please comment below that you love Earl?
Ladies love Cool J. I mean, look, the beauty of pharmaceuticals in the new millennium are great.
What does that got to do with Cool J?
Cool J, just like The Rock, are on great pharmaceutical products now. So stop playing.
I keep trying to be too. I mean, when women say to me, "You look 30, not 50," I'm like, must be the pharmaceuticals.
Hey, I'm like Dr.
Or the alcohol, one of the two.
I'm like Dr. Frankenstein. I'm like Dr. Frankenstein within. Before we come out, I'm up in here pulling her skin back. Pulling it back.
Stop it.
Ow. Yeah, what's up with all that? You ain't got no love for Big E?
Got a total love for Big E. Total love. All right, so we're going to go get some love on and some salmon croquet with our cheap bubbles.
Better luck next weekend, Cowboy fans.
Broncos or crushing the house!
Whatever.